Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching this latest installment in the Journey to Disciple video series. I wanted to take a moment today and talk about the making of Disciple, how I got my inspiration, and what led to the overall project. So let's get started. I had released Vigilante in March of 2017, and while I was touring the region to get people to buy Vigilante, as well as starting the Illyria Adventure series, I already began writing the beginning to Disciple. I had multiple different inspirations for writing Disciple. Disciple was actually a book that I wanted to write for some time. I was heavily influenced by the plot from Days of Our Lives, which may sound crazy, back in the late 80s, early 90s, when Marlena Black, or I guess then Marlena Evans, was possessed by the devil. And as someone who is religious, I do believe that the devil exists and that there are many different ways that he can manipulate who we are and how we act. And that was a theme that I wanted to go into with this book. When I was originally thinking of writing Disciple, I had real no intentions of it to be a long continuation of Vigilante, but the way that the story started forming, it actually tied in greatly with Vigilante and was, a great continuation to the storylines that were left unsaid in Vigilante. And as you know, if you've read Vigilante, you know that there were a lot of questions left unsaid in that book. Some of those questions are answered in Disciple, and I think it ultimately wraps up a lot of the emotions that were left unsaid in Illyria and Vigilante. So in the future books that I write in the Illyria Adventures, Jason and his friends will be able to continue on without the baggage that was presented in Illyria and Vigilante. I had so much fun writing Disciple. I love writing evil characters, which, as you know, I am the complete polar opposite of evil, I think, and so it is a great opportunity for me to just let out all these crazy thoughts that I don't usually let out, and let them flow into these characters that really have no redeeming qualities and prove to be a rather complicated character that Jason and Illyria have to defeat. The main character, the main villain in Disciple, who I won't name because I think the name is so unique that by telling you who it is up front would kind of spoil the unique quality of the name. That character represents the worst of the worst. But not only does she no longer have any redeeming qualities, but the character wasn't always evil. Something happened that got them to that point. And in Disciple, I go into the slow progression of getting to where that character is now and why the character got to this point. And I love exploring those types of stories because in the reoccurring theme that I have in the Illyria Adventure series is that no one is 100% good or 100% bad, but we decide, which side we lean more towards. And And that is, a theme that Jason and Illyria constantly have to battle with, and they have to, try and keep that balance that they have had a struggle with since the end of Vigilante. I'm so excited for you all to read Disciple. I think it's one of my most favorite novels that I've written, probably more than Vigilante, which is one of my favorite books that I think I've written. I can't wait for you to read it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts on the different themes that I've incorporated and talked about so far, and how it all ties in with the rest of the series.